Back with closing trades, right here on ET now. No improvement whatsoever, while IT, of course, seems like a little bit of a safe island right now. That's not quite the case, at least with the broader end of the market. Of course, there is a power grid as well in there, which is holding out. But look at a PDL, Inox Wind, Petronet, SAIL, Lodha. That's where you're seeing maximum heat within the broader end of the market. Or for that matter, look at a Shriram and the kind of losses that it's had in just the last couple of trading sessions. 6.5% is the cut that a heavyweight like Shriram is actually seeing. You've got Adani Enterprises down 6%. Titan has lost about 6%. Ultratech Cement is down 5%. HDFC Bank and the kind of the kind of selling that it's had in just the last three trading sessions, it's down about another 5% as we speak right now. Interglobe Aviation is sitting on a cut of about 5%, and metals is in excruciating pain. Most of these stocks are falling anywhere between about 4.5% to about 5% apiece. Even some of the blue chips like a BEL or a Bharti for that matter, which have been some of the most resilient names that one has seen in the last 1 year, they as well are caving in as we speak right now. But let me welcome on board Aditya Kondawar and find out what he's making of this current market mood right now. Aditya, hi, afternoon. Good to have you on the show. What's the recommendation on how to deal with this kind of loss?
Good afternoon, Aisha, to you and your viewers. Today is a very interesting day. And, if I had to talk about the markets in one quote, right, I would recall a quote from the movie Dhurandhar. Ghayal hu isliye ghatak hu. It means that, I'm injured and that is why I'm lethal. If you look at the markets today, more than 70% of the stocks today are down 3% or more. I think the last time I saw this was during Corona days. How do we view markets? Obviously, before controlling your portfolio, I think it's very important to control your emotions first. Like you were just saying, even heavyweight stocks like Shriram Finance, Indigo, Lodha are facing deep cuts today. The number one step is to be patient in these turbulent times. And number two is, of course, to go slow and to deploy your money slowly, because days like this basically create or basically lay the seeds for a bull market.
Yeah, that they sure do. But the only thing is, Aditya, that it's not like these prices are not something that, or rather this kind of a market fall is not something that we've dealt with before. We had this 6 years back during COVID. We've had that previously in 2008 and many a times as well. But does it smack of a different temperament this time? Because, it seems like a very India-specific selling concentrated at that we've seen from the FPIs. We've been underperforming the rest of the globe for almost a year now. And the global market sell-off has just about begun.
Correct. So you're spot on with that point. If you look at the global markets, you look at Nikkei, you look at Shanghai Composite, you look at NASDAQ, they have gone up 20-40% since September 2024. And we have been down some odd 15-16% in the same time frame, right? I think there are multifold reasons for this. Number one is, of course, if you look at the new age companies' representation as a percentage of total market cap in India, it is just under 3 or 4% in India. But if you look at the same percentage in the US, it is 22% or 30%. It is almost 15-16% in China, and Japan and South Korea again have 10 to 12% representation in new age companies. Number two, of course, we have been importing more crude, more gold, more electronic components, and that has basically pressurized the rupee. Now, when the rupee came under pressure, FIs also started selling, because every 1 rupee depreciation that we face, right? FIs have to convert their money back into USD, and they have to pay more amount of rupees to convert into the same amount of dollars. So, we have multiple issues that we are facing right now. And, all of this has basically culminated and it has hit us all at once. And obviously, if this was not enough, then obviously we have the West Asia war coming up. We are a country that imports majority of its oil. And on top of that, the Strait of Hormuz is closed as we speak. A strait that used to handle some 50-100 ships every day is now handling just 5-10 ships. And that too, India is negotiating with the Iranian leadership, and they're allowing some of our warships or some of our containers to basically sail through, right? So all of this is basically leading to second order, third order effects. We have seen that a lot of restaurants are now rationing their food items on the menu. A lot of industries are functioning at 50% capacity. We saw that, Tata Motors is functioning at 50% capacity. We saw that Morbi is now in a rush to shift to alternate sources. So a lot of things have hit us at once. And we have to just there are a few key monitorables right now in the system. Obviously, number one being Brent crude. Ever since the West Asia war started, crude has gone up by more than 50-60%. Number two, of course, the rupee is hitting new lows every day, so we have to monitor that as well, because we have to pay more, and of course the crude is also going up, so we need to basically monitor 2-3 things, and these are quite sensitive for us right now.
Yeah, indeed, that seems to be the case. But Aditya, have you been buying anything in the decline already, or just waiting for the dust to settle down?
So Aisha, the last couple of interviews we had, we were just expecting the FTS to come through, and the FTA did come through, and we had just spoken about how we are accelerating our deployments in the market towards the small and mid cap side, because we were finding a lot of good companies at good valuations. But of course, the West Asia war is something of a black swan event, and that is why we have become cautious again right now. We would recommend slow deployment, because we're not really sure how the escalation will move ahead. We all know that Mr. Trump had tweeted that Iran basically has 48 hours to completely reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or he'll strike their power infrastructure, starting with the biggest power plant. So right now, there are a lot of uncertainties in the market, and that is why we would recommend, or we would advise people to go slow right now, because things are by the dip is getting more deeper. So yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, just 2 minutes left to go. Aditya, good chatting with you. It was a short conversation. We will catch up again soon. Let's begin winding up for the day. And